In the dense forests of West Africa, under the thick canopy of trees, life was once vibrant and free, but that freedom was shattered by the sound of chains. Entire villages were raided, families torn apart, and futures stolen as the dark shadow of the transatlantic slave trade spread across the continent. Men, women, and children were forced to march hundreds of miles, enduring unimaginable hardships. The journey to the coast was a brutal test of endurance. Many did not survive. Those who did were greeted not by the promise of freedom, but by the looming presence of the slave ships. The slave ships, floating prisons, were harbingers of a hellish voyage across the Atlantic. The conditions abroad were inhumane. Crammed into the hull-like cargo, the captives were stripped of their dignity, their humanity, and for many, their lives. The Middle Passage was a harrowing journey of weeks or months, where death was a constant companion. Disease, malnutrition, and despair claimed countless lives, their bodies thrown overboard to be swallowed by the ocean, lost to history. After surviving the horrors of the Middle Passage, the enslaved Africans arrived in the New World, where they were sold like commodities. Their lives, once full of promise, were now reduced to a cycle of endless labor, brutality, oppression. Yet, in the face of unimaginable adversity, they held on to their culture, their stories, and their hope. The legacy of the transatlantic slave trade is one of the profound sorrow, but also of resilience and strength. The descendants of those who endured this dark voyage have shaped history in ways unimaginable, carrying with them the enduring spirit of their ancestors, which is a story not just of suffering, but of survival and resistance. The transatlantic slave trade was one of the darkest chapters in human history, leaving scars that run deep across continents and generations. But from this darkness emerged a powerful legacy, a testament to the strength, resilience, and enduring spirit of those who were forced into bondage. The enslaved were not just victims, they were survivors. They carried with them stories, traditions, and a deep sense of identity that could not be distinguished. Despite the brutality they faced, they laid the foundation for rich cultures and communities across the Americas and beyond. Their contribution shaped the world in ways that continue to be felt today. Let us remember, learn, and strive to ensure that such a tragedy never happens again. For In understanding this past, we find the strength to build a future where freedom, dignity, and justice prevail for all.